things are definitely looking up for my Emirates in Season 4 of the DP World ILT20. All three facets of their game were in perfect working order on Wednesday night as they registered an emphatic victory over the Abu Dhabi Knight Riders. Sadly, the same cannot be said for the Sharjah Warriors, who still await their first win of this campaign. It was the Afghani pair of Ramanullah Gurbaz and Azmatullah Omarzai who were the dream wreckers in their last outing against the Gulf Giants. And prior to that, it was my Emirates Afghan bowlers, Naveen Al-Haq and A.M. Gazamfa, who snatched victory from them in Sharjah. Now my Emirates and the Warriors meet again. Can Tim Southee's men find a way to get over the finish line this time? Or will Kieran Pollard's boys give them the blues once more? Welcome to match 14 of the DP World ILT20, and we are ready for this matchup today, a rematch. My Emirates taking on Sharjah Warriors. So let's have a look at the leaderboard as we reach match 14. The Sharjah Warriors yet to notch up a win. They desperately need one today if they're to stay in the hunt in this competition. And my Emirates are just finding form at the right time. Hello everyone, welcome to Super Saturday here at the DP World ILT20. We've got a double header today, and we start in Abu Dhabi. And it's a big one. Sharjah Warriors, we know if they need to stay in this competition, they need to win today. So let's head out to the middle now for the toss.
Okay, we're all set to go for the toss. Match number 14, of course, it is my Emirates, and they're captained by Kieran Pollard. We also have Sikandar Raza, who's with us for the Warriors for the toss, and also match referee Rasha Manha. Russian, welcome. Righto, who's got the coin, boys?
Tails.
Got it. It's up in the air. Bit of dancing from heads it is. Kieran, what have you decided to do and why?
We're going to bowl first. Get the opportunity to see what the pitch has to offer, as I've always said, and let's see if we can limit them.
Now, what about the day games? Has the strategy changed at all much?
I guess it changed within, but again, we haven't played a day game here before in this tournament, so you're not sure what's going to happen. So for us, they played on the same pitch last night. Looks a good wicket is used, so it'll be a fourth innings for us. But having said that, the pitches here are usually good. Okay, now you played well in the last game. What was the difference from the previous games from your perspective? I think we were able to get over the line. Before that, we had a game in the bag that we should have won, and we let it slip away. Just as when we played against these guys, we should not have won, and we ended up on the winning side. And I think the guys sort of, put that right. We played a sort of complete game of cricket, in the last game. But as you have said to the guys, unfortunately, 24 hours, 48 hours later, we have to come and try to replicate this because it's a long tournament and the game comes thick and fast. Important game for you guys, because if you play well, you're sitting fourth at the moment, you play well today, you could go to 2, which would be nice. Yeah, it'd be nice, but I've also said that we're not looking too far ahead of where we position. We're looking to introspect as to where we need to be better, and once we are better and we play a good game of cricket, then climbing the ladder and points table and other teams, we look at that afterwards. What about your team? I think same team. Okay, Kieran, enjoy it. Sikandar. No Tim Southee. I presume Tim's not playing. What are the changes for starters? Let's get into that.
Yeah, Southee's one because we got back-to-back games, and even the next fixture that we have, we're going to go back-to-back as well, plus the travel. So I think it's just one of those rotation policy sort of a change. So Tim is missing out, and unfortunately, Kusal Mendes was ill, so he hasn't traveled with the squad. So that's another change. Because of those, we've ended up making 3 definite changes, and we'll see how the fourth one goes. So we got James Rue coming in for Kusal Mendes, and we got Patti Rana coming in for Tim Southee, and then we got Ethan coming in for Waseem Akram, and let's see with the impact player.
Tim David?
Tim David has gone back,
yep.
So he's not in the squad as well. So that's another change that we are forced to make. So yeah, plenty of changes. Right,
this is a case of all hands on deck. Is this where the senior players have got to play a serious role to bring the younger boys along and the senior players perform?
Yeah, certainly. If you look at the last 2 games as well, we have taken both games to the wire, and if you look at it, we could easily sit back and think, what, we should have won that. So I think it's those little 1% that we missed out, or as we say, the critical moments of the game that we haven't been able to really get hold of. So hopefully from the lessons we've learned from the last 2 games, hopefully we can put our best foot forward and try and get those right and hopefully get a result on our belt.
So how's the change room? When a side's not playing well, sometimes the change room can be a bit different.
No, the changing room is absolutely fine. There is a lot of jokes still flying around, a lot of belief. I think you need that. I think the culture at Warriors allows you to do that. So the mood in the camp is pretty positive. We know how ILT works. you can lose couple and then suddenly find yourself on a winning streak and win 3 in a row, and it has been the case in the past as well. So yeah, we haven't given up. We still think we are good enough to get the job done, and hopefully today is a start.
Good stuff, Skipper. Go well. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Righto, so the news in the middle is my Emirates have won the toss, and they've elected to bowl first. Right, now it's time to have a look at the pitch. I just want to point out something before we go any further, and that's the wind. We've got quite a breeze here today in the day game in Abu Dhabi, and it's coming pretty much straight down towards the grandstand. So that's something the batsmen might actually take advantage of, because there's going to be quite a bit of extra carry, I think, if they go airborne there. The other thing I want to point out is the boundaries. If I'm looking towards that side, which is the east side, there's a 13-metre benefit. So there's a couple of key areas in this game today where the batsmen are going to be looking at to make sure that they can go downtown there, and also the shorter boundary on this side. Oais Shah is alongside me. Oais, you've been checking out this pitch. What are your thoughts?
Well, it looks a bit drier than the other day.
It's a fresh one, right?
It certainly is a fresh one. I mean, if you look at the wicket, it's a lot drier, a little bit less grass. Yes, there's a little bit more grass in the middle, but when I talk about grass, I generally look at the business area, the length. The lengths that the bowlers will bowl their stock ball, which is an effort ball, but then also when the slow balls are bowled, generally will be around this area, and that's where the lack of grass may well make the ball sit in the deck a little bit more, which makes it that little bit tougher for stroke play.
Right, now seamers do well here. What about spinners? How will they go on this surface?
I actually think they'll do well on here. Afternoon game, what that means is, look, the power play will always be very much batter friendly. The ball will come on. Typically, when there is less grass and it's an afternoon game, the ball sort of sits in the deck and the spinners tend to do really well, and the scoring rate does slow down in the middle overs. You mentioned that wind over our right shoulder.
Yep.
I think back end of the game, the batsman will definitely be trying to target that east side, especially against the spinners. But during the middle, I'm expecting the spinners to really dominate.
All right, Oais, thanks very much. Okay, remember, of course, that brand new white kookaburra, the power play is always so important. I think this track, I'm with Oais, I think this track might have a little bit in it for everybody.
Thank you very much. Now look who I have found. I've got Uruj Mumtaz Khan alongside me, Rohan Gavaskar. Lucky to have you here. I said it was Saturday before. It's not. It's Sunday. Good to clear that up. It is a super Sunday, and we start today in Abu Dhabi. Now you were here last night. How's it going to play differently today?
Even last night, the surface was very good. We saw 196 play, 189, nearly 400 runs. Even today, the surface still looks a good one. It's just about getting the runs in. What I found that yesterday's game, ADKR should have never come this close. But the Gulf Giant, the Dubai Capitals allowed them to come in by bowling really wide outside. The surface played very well. So once again, once you get yourself and out of the power play, you just want to cash in, milk those singles through the middle period. And the surface in Abu Dhabi generally are good ones.
The Sharjah Warriorz, let's talk a little bit about them, because they are desperate for a win in this competition. In 9 games, they have lost batting first in their DP World ILT20. So it doesn't bode particularly well for them. And they've obviously made quite a few changes to their team. Is that a sign of panic maybe, or is it more just a sign of rotation as they come into quite a busy period with back-to-back games?
Well, I was speaking to a few of the players before, and it's a sign of injuries. They've got a few injuries in the squad, and that's why a lot of changes coming into the 11. But look, I've got a feeling they're going to do something today because of the word that you used just now, Laura. Desperate. It's desperate times for them. And if not now, then when? So I have a good feeling for Sharjah Warriorz today, though.
All right, well, let's have a look at their team. They have made 5 or 6 changes to the team we saw last time, including the captain, Ruji. Would you talk us through the side?
Yeah, captain sits out, but look at that batting order. In terms of TKC and Johnson Charles, they're the best opening pair in the ILT20 throughout season, so they really need to come good. Ethan D'Souza from last year as well showed glimpses. You've got James Rue, but Sikandar Raza in there will, I think, hold the key in that middle order. So obviously, because of the players they miss out, the experienced campaigners will have to step up. They have the bowling. They've got Patirana in there, Taskeen Ahmed, and once again with the spin in the middle, Rash is there. He bowls the lines that he picks up wickets with, and he's got an economy of just under 6. That is phenomenal in the T20 version.
It absolutely is, and he has been crucial for the Sharjah Warriorz. If we look at my Emirates, you don't change your winning formula, and things seem to be going okay for them, Ro.
Oh, absolutely. And look, we've spoken quite a bit about Nicholas Puran and not being in form. But when you've got a player like Nicholas Puran with his ability, you're always just a couple of shots away from finding that form. You look at the rest of the side. Kieron Pollard has been excellent as a captain, and even with the bat low down the order. Tajinder Dhillon for me has been extremely, extremely impressive. Romario Shepherd with his all-round abilities always brings a lot to the table. Rashid Khan, wow, what a player. Again, this side for me is, on paper, one of the better sides in this competition, and it's a little bit of a surprise that they've struggled a bit so far in the DP World ILT20 in this season.
It is maybe a changing of the tides. Things started well for them in the last game. What can they do today against the Sharjah Warriors? And we have plenty of superstars on show. One of them is Mohammed Waseem.
Waseem is probably the best UAE player around. He has exceptional talent.
Oh, that's tremendous power.
Oh, wow. Plenty on that.
सिक्सेस मारना पसंद है, लेकिन मारना आसान भी नहीं है ऐसे, लेकिन उसके लिए हमने बहुत से काम किए हैं, बहुत मेहनत की है इन सिक्सेस के लिए। कोशिश करता था मैं ज़्यादा के रेंज हिटिंग और पावर हिटिंग नेट्स में कर सकता था, लेकिन नेट ख़त्म होने के बाद नेट्स में मैं हमेशा प्रॉपर बैटिंग करता था। स्पिनर्स के लिए मैं सिक्सेस मारने के लिए जाता था, क्योंकि मैं फील लेता था कि स्पिनर को मैच में भी आप कैसे मार सकते हैं। लेकिन फास्ट बॉलर के लिए मैं थोड़ा प्रॉपर खेलने के लिए देखता था, और जब नेट ख़त्म होता था लास्ट 15-20 मिनट, फिर हम अपनी कुछ ड्रिल्स करते थे।
This is the tournament that actually brings him to life.
And he smashed it for 6. That's a fine shot from Waseem. Lots of muscle involved in that shot.
पहले 2 सीज़न मैंने अटैकिंग भी खेला, मैच की सिचुएशन के साथ भी खेला। लास्ट ईयर मैंने इतने रन्स नहीं बनाए। मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि लास्ट ईयर एक्स्ट्रा अटैकिंग क्रिकेट खेलने की कोशिश की, जो कि मुझे लगता है जिधर उस टाइम पे ज़रूरत नहीं थी। आई होप कि इस साल भी जो पहले 2 सीज़न जिस तरह खेले हैं उससे भी बेहतर खेलने की कोशिश करेंगे। इस साल मुझे ये पूरी उम्मीद है कि एज आ ओपनर अपनी टीम के लिए कितने ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा रन्स कर सकूँ, ये नहीं कि 20-30 करके आउट हो गए।
That's a fine shot for Waseem.
Leading up to the T20 World Cup, it's a great tournament for him to actually excel again.
हम लोग सब चाहते हैं कि 4 जनवरी को हम लोग फाइनल खेलें, तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि जैसे मैं रन्स करूँ उस वजह से हम लोग 4 जनवरी को फाइनल खेलें।
And you'll see my in action very shortly here in Abu Dhabi. They have won the toss and they are going to bowl first. We take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have a look at the 2 teams in more depth. Welcome back to Cricket Safari. Today we are here at Abu Dhabi. It's Super Sunday in the DP World ILT20. My Emirates taking on the Sharjah Warriors. My have won the toss and they're going to have a bowl first. A lot of superstars in action, a lot of young players coming through that we're learning about. Waseem is one of them. He's not playing today, but let's find out how he goes as a social surfer.
इस वीडियो में कौन 2 लोग हैं?
इस वीडियो में एक विराट सर है और एक मैं हूँ, और ये जो वीडियो बन रही है मेरे भाई के लिए बन रही है।
क्या नाम है?
ज़करिया
ऑल द बेस्ट। आपको बेस्ट विशेस भेज रहा हूँ। बहुत अच्छा बोलर है, बहुत अच्छा बॉलिंग किया।
तो विराट ज़्यादा खुश हुए होंगे कि वो आपसे मिले, कि आप ज़्यादा खुश?
मैं ज़्यादा खुश हूँ। क्यों खुश होगी? मैं खुश हुआ था ज़्यादा। तो बहुत मज़ा आया।
बहुत खुश हुए होंगे वसीम अकरम से मिलकर?
नहीं, वो ऐसी बात नहीं है। वो लीजेंड से मिले होंगे, खुशी तो उसकी वही है जो लीजेंड से मिले होंगे।
Ruji and Rose still alongside me here, and it is a big game for the Sharjah Warriors, but my Emirates have been finding a bit of form, and they'll take a lot of comfort from the fact that they've got Faruqi, and he is bowling very well, and he loves this venue. Why does he love this venue, and why does this venue love him, Ruji?
Well, I think let's come back to first how good a bowler he is, where he's got that left arm angle where he swings the ball. He understands very quickly if it is swinging, he'll pitch the ball up, but that delivery there, he knows when to pull the length back. He's always looking to target the stumps. He gets the odd one to shape away as well, and he's a phenomenal Yorker bowler, which brings him in as an effective option towards the death. I think over here in this ground, because of the slight wind that you always get at Abu Dhabi, he will always find swing. And because of that control that he has, if he's got that exaggerated swing, just around 130, 139 k's an hour, he is extremely effective. He's an asset because he's always pick up wickets for you.
4 for 13 against 80 KR. He's already finding form in this tournament, and might need him too, and need him to continue that, and he'll like it out here today, especially with this win now, because it's actually just picked up a little more, hasn't it?
Absolutely, because as you can see, there's those stands, it's just grass bank, so there's a nice cross breeze blowing, which, as Ruji said, will help him with the way he swings the ball. Again, you spoke about this ground. I think it's this tournament as well. He loves this tournament, always picks up wickets, always is a big contributor with the ball, especially in that power play. He's got that happy ability to pick up wickets in the power play and put his side on the front foot. So look, again, I expect him to do quite well today because of this crazy wind that's blowing at the moment. He'll get the ball to swing. He'll mix it up with the slow deliveries. Look, if I were making a team in the ILT20, he'd be one of my first few picks from a bowling option.
He definitely would. I think it'd be a lot of people's first picks. And you're right about this wind. It's doing nothing for my hair. I know that's for sure. Kamindu Mendes is another one I want to talk about. He's had some player of the match performances so far in this competition, the last being 3 for 21. For goodness sake, that's not too shabby. What makes him so tricky to face?
The fact that he can bowl with both arms.
Well, I was going to say, but no, you say it then.
Again, I think with the spin, I mean, that has to be a tough art. Just to use both arms as effectively and to get the ball to turn. He's not a big turner of the ball, but again, I think for spinners in this part of the world, especially here, you got to have control over that length. Look at that. If you can do that, let alone with one arm, with both arms, look at his action. It's almost like a mirror image of each other. He's got that angle, he's got a nice pivot over the front leg, and what an effective bowler, because then if the opposition has right or left hand batters, you've got one guy doing it for you in both skills. And he said, what did you say, not too shabby, yeah?
Not too shabby. It's a heck of a flex that you can do it with both arms, and obviously I can. So Ro, if we look at Ghazanfar, who we saw against in this very matchup, in fact, in Sharjah, he completely flipped the game on its head. A double wicket made, and he changed all the momentum and swung it back Mai's way. How crucial will he be today, and how many nightmares has he given the Sharjah Warriors?
Well, I'll tell you what, this was a game that Sharjah Warriors lost and my Emirates didn't win. I mean, my Emirates got the 2 points, but it was basically a victory which they snatched from the jaws of defeat, and because of Ghazanfar. Also the captaincy of Kieron Pollard. When Ghazanfar got Sikandar Raza out, Kieron Pollard got the lid, came in front, stood right in front of Dwayne Pretorius. Dwayne Pretorius played a shot that it's not the best shot that he'll play in his career. 2 wickets and 2 balls, completely changed the game on its head. Again, he's a bowler who picks up wickets. He's a wicket-taking option. He's not one of those bowlers you think, okay, listen, he's going to go for less runs. He's a wicket taker, and that makes all the difference.
Let's talk about the difference it could be for the Sharjah Warriors. So today he has got the captaincy armband, Sikandar Raza. He was superb, almost got his team across the line. Like Ro mentioned, losing his wicket really did change things quite dramatically for the Sharjah Warriors. But what is it about him as a player? He comes in, he makes a difference immediately. Even his ground fielding, his bowling, he was clutch, he was everywhere. He was physical, he was energetic. What makes him so good in your eyes, Ruji?
I think he's been around the park for a very long time and always held positions of decision making. So his reading of the game is very good, and he's captained a lot of teams around the world in terms of franchise cricket, captain of Zimbabwe as well, so he's got that experience. The other thing as well, he might be not a very big guy. Like, I mean, if I can look eye to eye, he's not very big, right? But he's got strength. He's got a lot of strength. So the singles and doubles, but he's got the brute strength with the bat as well.
He absolutely did. He showed us that in this last matchup against my Emirates at Sharjah. Will it be a changing of the tides today here in Abu Dhabi as we get ready for match 14 of the DP World's ILT20? It's Super Sunday. Sunday, she says. Don't forget it. This is the first of 2 games today. When we come back, my Emirates are going to bowl first.